Alright, this is going to be kind of a revisit of the oil burner. I've got it attached to the flue here in my shop now, and the last time we were just had it outside burning the paint off of it, and I was just basically just dropping the oil in like this, and it was probably flooding it with oil a lot more than it should have. And then what I had was this helium tank, like I showed you in the last video. I had it hanging from that nail right there, and it just had a rubber hose that was going down and dumping into it. And what the problem I found is you need the volume. Now I've got that, I raised it up, so I did have it coming out of that valve right there, and it would plug up with stuff and things like that. So I thought I'd raise it up where it would be in good clean oil. I put this ball valve in it. So down this line we've got a full tube of oil going to this gate valve, and then you can meter it a lot better. So this is a T that I welded here, and I drilled a hole through the back of it so you could see the oil flow through it. I just drilled a hole through the back side of the T, and then you can watch the oil drop through it. And yeah, same setup here. And I wish some of the commenters from the last video kept on telling me this pipe right here said you need a lot more holes in it. You need a lot more holes in it. It needs to be bigger holes, stuff like that. So what I did, this is the old pipe I had on it that had some holes in it, and I drilled great big holes in it, and the thing didn't work at all. What it has to do, and where it's really sucking air in it fast, it just needs to breathe from this disc and go up. And so I had a solid piece of pipe. I've only used it one time. Barely have to have any oil in it. And this whole thing was glowing red. It works great.
Why don't you show us how it works?
What?
I said, why don't you show us how it works?
Okay, we'll do that.
Let's do it.
Trying to see what else. But this is probably the most important part is your oil feed system. And you have to have a way to meter that, pretty precise. Like a pencil lead is what I've said before. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you just want to drop.
Well, about a pencil lead seems to be about right. So he'll film me and I'll show you how I light it and do everything like that. Alright, so like I said before, we got the stainless steel dog food pan on the bottom. We got a brake rotor. And now I haven't even, this whole piece, I had it welded on there. This is just setting on top of that disc. So you need to clean that out pretty much every day because it'll get some ash built up. But how I did this one, this is sweat pieces of it together to get this out though. Oh, I thought it would. Yeah, this will just pop out. That's how you can get all that out. I just ran it through the hole in the side of it. Just like that. And it'll drop right down into that disc. So how we light it, turn on our ball valve. That'll give us a full stream of oil. And just get barely a drip coming. Too much.
Mad scientist.
So this is just I'm out here maybe 2 hours a week, so it's not a whole lot. I'm not burning this thing much, but I should get a little kerosene. This is a little bit of gas and oil mixed together with a little bitty pinhole in the top of it. And I'm just going to put barely anything in the top of that. It just takes a teeny tiny little bit. Just take this torch and light it. That should get things going. Make sure we get our oil dripping.
Get a little closer.
It just takes a second. Once you get it metered out, it'll be, there we go. We got a little bit of stream of oil coming out. Yep. So I don't know if you can see it. It ought to be falling in there anytime. There, you can kind of see the oil.
Not really.
There, you can see it. Yeah, see, just a teeny tiny little stream of oil coming in it. And that's all it takes right there. So we'll pause the video and we'll see. It takes a minute to get it going, and once
Pause it or end it.
well, just push the thing, and once kind of. Sorry, brah. All right, there you go. Been out here about 5 minutes. That's about what it takes. You know, that's 5-inch exhaust off a semi, so it's not very thick, and it's just sitting on there. This other one I had it welded on, like I mentioned before. That one there, that doesn't work very good at all, because you won't hear that suction like you can hear on this one. It has to suck that air in and go up. With that one, it was trying to pull air from every which way, and it burns pretty clean. I'll throw a clip of it in. Alright, there's the smoke coming out of the chimney. You can just barely see it. And there's a different angle of it from the side. 90 degrees from where I was before. And there's no more oil than going in that than just a fast drip. It's just as much as I can make to put it in a stream. And you might be able to see that. It's barely going in there though. So there's nice heat. This is about a 15 by 30 shop, and like I say, I'm just out here a couple hours a day. I've got a semi, I've got a lot of used oil. A lot of you asked me in my other video about burning vegetable oil. I haven't tried that yet, but I've seen some other guys on YouTube. I think that would work. You could burn any kind of oil in it, but this little thing, I really like it. I definitely would never leave it. You know, you would never want this to be in your house or anything like that. But a little shop where you're just working out next to it, it's great. Because I had a wood stove in here before, and this you can kind of just put a gallon or two of oil in it, and it'll run all day long like that. But this is definitely the most important part, is that drip feed system. You want to make sure that that's right. Needle valves and stuff like that, some people commented that would be probably better, but this gate valve works just fine, and then up there I can shut it off right at the tank. So this, like I say, this whole pipe is full of oil, and then I can meter it from that, and then I can watch it through that T. And actually with this one I didn't even have to put that T in it. I thought it just, I don't know, just trying to make everything nice and neat, and I didn't want anything plastic on it, and but I can watch it drip in there. So yeah, pretty simple setup. Air compressor tank, old air compressor tank, stood vertical, and dog food bowl, brake rotor, and then they're probably about right in there. There's a plate welded in it that goes up into, and yeah, don't do that to your standpipe, or it won't. You won't get the suction you're hearing out there. You can't get any heat out of it. Kind of like just throwing oil on the ground and lighting it. You won't hear any of that suction like that. You want it to pull everything. You want all of its air to pull from that disc, that brake rotor. So, all right. Well, we're gonna shut this one off, and I appreciate you watching. Catch you later.